Well, it seems the turmoil in Washington is finally getting to Wall Street. Stocks fell sharply Wednesday, with the Dow sliding about 1.8%, its biggest drop since September.
Yeah, investors seem worried the embattled US president might not be able to carry out his grand plans for deregulation and tax cuts. Richard Quest is live at our New York bureau. The stocks are up for the year, and we should sort of make that clear at the beginning. But, you know, there's been so many headlines, daily headlines, weekly headlines about President Trump. Why today?
Oh, you could never tell why today on a why on a random Wednesday in May does a market decide to turn turtle. I think the difference is in this particular allegation concerning the president and Comey, because there's a constitutional element here. The issue, whether you agree with it or not, of the interference with obstruction of justice. So there feels to be a qualitative difference about this. And eventually there does come a point when the chips mount. So you have the firing of Comey, you have the intelligence leak by the president in the Oval Office, and then you have all of this, and it all happens within a week to 10 days. And eventually the market says, hang on, something's going on here. The president is not going to be able to get his plan through. Now, this is despite the fact Paul Ryan today did say, the Speaker of the House, he came out and said, look, we are marking up bills, we're dealing with healthcare, we're dealing with tax reform, it's business as usual, but I don't think anybody's buying it, Michael.
So what does that mean going forward? I mean, are we going to see a flat market in the days ahead, or could the Dow drop further?
Oh, I have absolutely no idea. And I say that not to be facetious, but to point out the volatility element in all of this. Could the market recover tomorrow? Absolutely. Could it go down another 200? Entirely possible. Now, to those who are watching and saying, well, you know, come on, Richard, try and be a little bit helpful here. Do I sell? Do I buy? It all depends on where you are in the market. Do you need the money now? What should you have done? I would suggest to nobody now to actually be selling into this market. The VIX index, the volatility index, rose very sharply. The dollar index is down, which suggests more trouble ahead. The NASDAQ, which has been at a record high just a day or so, yesterday, in fact, now closed down much more, down 2.5%. It's telling me that the market, those are the numbers, it's telling me that there's something going on that the market doesn't like. Now, whether this is short-lived or whether it runs for weeks, only a fool would sit here and pontificate that fact.
And you are no fool. You are Richard Quest.
I gave you that one.
You did.
In fact, it was scripted. No, it was not. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Richard.
Absolutely no fool. All right.